York City is the greatest city in the world. Culturally rich, ethnically diverse, it is a true melting pot where traditions and trends are created. People move here from all over the world to follow their dreams. From the tip of Staten Island to the top of the Bronx and everywhere in between, you will find entrepreneurs on every street corner. These are their New York stories.
My name is Guy Wood.
My name is Shay Wood. We're here in Harlem at Harlem Haberdashery. Harlem Haberdashery is the retail expression of our custom clothing company that caters to various personalities in the entertainment industry. And this is our New York story.
So, Shay and Guy, thank you
Hello.
very much for having us
Hi.
in your, what I want to say, like in your home. It feels so comfortable. Harlem Haberdashery is just really, it's got this warm, wonderful feeling. And Guy, you and I were talking about really your first foray into fashion with your mom, and that she was a nuclear technician.
Yeah, nuclear technician.
But in the community, she was also a seamstress and
Yes.
helped kids with their prom dresses or various alterations.
Yes.
So how did she loop you into getting like connected to fashion?
Well, my mother, she was a seamstress part-time. And what she would do to keep me quiet, we would go pick up fabrics in the Lower East Side to get the G.I. Joe doll. She would say, well, come with me, and if you act right, I'll get you the doll. But every week she's not gonna buy me a doll. So what she did was, she started letting me pick out my own fabric and said, yeah, you can design yourself something.
At 6?
Yeah, so I'm sitting there and I'm saying, okay, Michael Jackson had this, Glenn Campbell wore this. I would pick out the fabric, she would make it for me. And that's where it came from. So
So she started to teach you how to sew?
No, not really sew.
Okay.
What she did was she actually taught me different fabrications. And she let me pick out different things, and then she would tell me, no, the guy, you can't make a shirt out of that. You understand? So then I would know that, oh, that weight is too heavy for a shirt. Or that weight is too heavy for pants, or that, And as I got older and I got into what I'm doing now with the bespoke clothing, instantly I can touch something and tell you, no, that's not going to work for that, or that will work for this.
So you just got a lifelong appreciation of fashion.
And having an eye.
Yeah, an eye. When I'm out shopping, I'll ask, what's the technical word for this fabric? And that's how I learned.
Okay.
Just asking questions.
So from a very young age, you were like a repository of information, kind of having clearly defining a fashion sense, but also really understanding the practical applications of things that you liked and didn't like, and your mom then could help create a vision that you had?
That's exactly what it was.
Him having a love for fashion and custom made for himself, which ultimately got us into the industry, was his own individual custom style and flair.
Now, Shay, I'm curious. Tell me about your kind of road to being drawn to fashion.
Well, surprisingly, my mother also sewed, and I have a lot of little outfits as a 6-year-old, 7-year-old that my mom made. So when Guy and I met, we definitely kind of came with the love of fashion and creating. I definitely knew that I wasn't a creative person, but I could identify trends, and it was an industry that always was exciting to me.
Can you share how you guys initially connected?
Oh, wow. Okay, so Guy and I actually were dating first before the business. And someone actually noticed, like, I love your look. I have an artist that's looking for someone to help style him. So we started making custom clothes to accommodate what was not there in the marketplace.
And so where was this in the line of getting married?
This was very fresh. This was early 90s. I was in college. I went to Columbia University. A guy came to me and said, hey, I was approached by several industry professionals. I want to start this business. Are you interested? And I said, sure. One client became 10 became 20, and ultimately within 1 year, we had over 100.
No one existed, and the music was taking off at the same time. And my friends are making the music, and I'm making the clothing.
It became a great opportunity because the music evolved, music videos evolved. We almost, I feel like, were in the birth of the stylist. There wasn't a lot of styling going on. We started working at Uptown Records. One of the interns, lo and behold, is P. Diddy. He was Puffy then.
Yeah.
But we, started working with a lot of artists when they were unsigned hype or very young. So have grown with our clients as they go from unsigned hype to megastar.
So within a year, you have 100 customers.
Yes.
What's the step that you say, either I got to step back and figure out how we move forward, or how did you
grabbed on the reins and went for the ride? What happened was no one planned this. Like the music, the clothing, it just came naturally. So we would do the whole roster for Uptown Records, and then when Bad Boy merged and did their own thing, we did the roster for them. We did Tupac, we did Biggie. We were like, we really didn't have any problems with anybody because we made the clothing.
You were independent.
Yeah.
And you were
everybody knew about us, but it's internal through the music. Right. Through the music. So we didn't have to really solicit.
So that network started to build
and build.
Card.
Everyone just loves nice things. And when they're screaming out Versace and they're screaming out all these names, they're wearing us. Everyone's is screaming custom made. You don't want that. You want people to say, that's a nice suit. Where did you get it? I got it from this guy, or I got it in Italy, or wherever you want to say. I'm not chasing you to tell my story. And that's what my consumer loves.
Right.
Take me through understanding you had this very impressive roster of customers, and you are talking to folks about creating all of these custom items. How did you then start to produce these without any capital? How did this all start to fuse? What
happened was one tailor went into 6 tailors and to 10 tailors.
Evolution.
You don't have a strong financial backing, so every move has to be calculated.
So you feel like there has to be some risk to be some reward.
No, you definitely, and you have to love what you're doing.
Yes. I think working in the entertainment industry, you get to see people live out their dreams, because we would have conversations with, artists before they were signed and saying, this is what I want to do and this is who I want to be. I definitely think that fashion is part of the branding for a lot of different artists. You work with them, they have a look, they have a color scheme, they have a story that they're telling. And that's ultimately why some of our clients, we work with them from beginning to end, is because we help them build their story. And once they build that story, it has to be consistent. Missy Elliott is probably like a really good example. We worked with her when she was a guest artist on Gina Thompson. And we still work with Missy up to, 20 years later.
No, I was thinking what's really unique about your business and your day-to-day responsibilities that I can't necessarily say has struck me before in such a profound way is that you're dealing with such incredibly creative individuals that your creativity married with their creativity is this constant moving forward and evolution, so that nothing is ever stale. Talk to me about how your relationship with the business changed and evolved, and how you work together.
Well, I always say that Guy and our personal relationship we have been every type of relationship during the business. We lived together. We were not living together. We were not a couple.
You were friends.
We were friends. Guy was in another relationship for 10 years, and we got back together and got married. So we have been through every phase of the relationship. But we did.
And here you are today.
We did always have a commitment to our brand. Our brand was our baby. And like I said, we're about to celebrate our 25th anniversary of 5001 Flavors. And now we're kind of building another brand, Harlem Haberdashery, out of that 5001 Flavors. So we don't work hand in hand. We work together for the same cause, but we're not together every single day. So there is some separation of family and brand. So I'm fine with it. I love it.
But I'm fascinated by that. It sounds. And what are those? What's that decision tree?
Well, a lot of times Shay is all the business side, the handling of the money, the decisions on which how to transfer that or do this or do that. That's her. Creatively, I'm taking care of the creative side.
And are there any decisions that cross that you collaboratively make?
A lot of times I probably make decisions and try to push him to the decision that I want, and I'm pretty sure he does the same. But there really are very separate roles and responsibilities.
I see that.
And I don't want to pick a swatch, and that's what he does. And he enjoys that, and it drives me crazy, you know.
Yeah. I'm not a person who thinks I know everything. I know about fabrics, I know about putting things together. But when it comes to sales tax and it comes to all that, if she says that, then that's what it is.
I'm curious, what is the riskiest thing you guys have ever done?
Wow. The riskiest thing we've probably ever done is kind of evolve into another brand, kind of birth another brand. So ultimately, Guy and I talked about, you know, kind of creating a brand, Harlem Haberdashery, that still allow 5001 flavors to exist, but kind of embody that same unique design sensibility for people who felt like they were celebrities and had their own red carpet moments, but were not celebrities. So Harlem Haberdashery was born.
And it's a wonderful showcase of your work, and Guy was saying, which I loved, that you also bring in up-and-coming designers and help showcase their goods and
you gotta give back.
And to give back, right? You get to a
give
point
back.
in your career where you want to mentor others and you want to be able to help, as you were talking about Guy earlier.
Yeah, my son Guy Jr. and my daughter Brittany.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
We should go look at some of their stuff.
Yeah.
5001 Flavors is under the corporate umbrella and the retail experience that we're now in, Harlem Haberdashery.
Harlem Haberdashery is the retail experience of 5001 Flavors. 5001 Flavors is our bespoke company. This is Billionaire New York.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Oh my, it's quite intricate.
Yeah.
Now, does he design?
He designs, I manufacture it for him.
Okay.
Mostly all the brands in the store, I manufacture.
Okay.
They'll come in, they'll tell me what their concept is, they'll bring their fabrics, and we'll sit down and we'll find out what's the best way to make it, you know, work. I feel like when you with somebody creative and they want to do something different, and you just have to make it happen. Everyone has their own sense of style. I have to bring your style out and make it work. This is my daughter's line here.
Oh boy.
Beautiful. Lace dress. But, you know, once again, this is her design, and this is what she sees, and I just put it together.
Jeans are a big element, I feel, in your collection. And you have your own line.
Yeah, we do it all here, all made in New York. Harlem Haberdashery, we have a workspace where we sew in the Bronx.
Excellent. Well, you guys are an amazing story. You have to follow your heart. You have to love what you do.
Yes.
And that love is what not only guides you, but is what drives you.
Yeah.
It does.
Thank you. This was fabulous.
Get more Crains in print and online with Crains New York Business, our flagship title, and Crains 5 Boroughs, a new lifestyle magazine and website covering the 5 boroughs of New York City.